In this video, I want to talk to you about you have a choice. And so I was at the doctor's earlier this week, and I went in because I've been having headaches for over a week. Every single day, really bad headaches. I've been taking a leave, and I normally take Excedrin with migraine, but I was taking a leave, and they did help. I would take it, they go away, and they come right back. And so I went to the doctor for that. I also have hip and leg pain. And so I went, I bought all these supplements. I've been taking all these supplements, just trying to help myself, trying to keep from, going to the doctor and get medicine. But if I go to the doctor, I need medicine. I've done all the things that I can do for myself. And so I'm looking for him to get medicine, and he didn't. And so my doctor is super, super conservative. So he is not going to give you something unless he thinks it's absolutely necessary. And I get it, right? I get that, people go into the doctor and they are drug seeking. They're looking for, painkillers. They sell painkillers. I get that. I get that, prescribing somebody medicine can have these side effects. They can do more harm than good. I get that, right? But I think you have to take into consideration if somebody comes into the doctor, they've done all these things at home that, you should consider, giving medicine. And my beautician, I was telling her about this, and she was like, you okay with that? You okay that you went to the doctor and he didn't give you any medicine? And it made me think about, you have a choice. So I could change doctors, because he's been my doctor for 15 years and he's been like this the entire time. So I typically know, how he does. And so we have a choice. I can change doctors at any moment. I can change doctors. I don't have to stay with him because he's a conservative doctor. I don't have to. I mean, if I need, medicine, I don't have to stay with him. I can go somewhere else. I have my youngest child is a girl, and so she is 10 years old. And so I've watched her, how she, makes choices. She doesn't have to, listen to anybody else. She marches to the beat of her own drum. She does what she wants. And I mean, I think it's a good idea that we consider that we don't have to do what everybody else does. We can make our choices. We can be different. It's okay. I think it's very important that we are accepting of people, that we don't ostracize people because they're different. So my daughter, she goes in and she takes a shower and she uses the biggest towel in the house every single time. So I bought these bigger towels, the biggest ones they make. And, because I'm pretty tall, my husband's tall. So you buy the big towels. My son, he's like 6'2" or 6'3", so I buy these big towels for us, and the smallest person in the house uses the biggest towels every single time. And it's not like we have one or two, but all I'm saying is that she sees that she has a choice. She doesn't just take the next towel up. She goes through the towels and looks for the biggest one, and then she dries off with that towel every single time. And we have told her over and over again, you're the smallest person in the house. You don't need a big towel. You don't need the biggest towel. She does not care. She gets the biggest towel every single time because that's what she wants. That's what makes her feel comfortable. That wraps her body up good. She's happy. She likes the plushness of the towel. So every single time. And it just makes me think about, just because we've been doing a thing for so long doesn't mean it's the right thing for us. And it doesn't mean that we don't have a choice to do something different. We have a choice. We can change at any moment. We don't have to put up with anything that we are not happy with. We're not a tree. We can move at any moment. We can make a different decision. And I think sometimes we get caught up in, we've been doing the same thing over and over again, or this is what everybody else is doing. But it doesn't matter. Today, you can change. You can do something different. You can make a different choice. You can make a different decision. You don't have to keep doing the same thing over and over again. If it's not what you want, you can make a different decision. And I think this is so freeing, because who cares what anybody else is doing? Am I happy with this decision? Is this what I want? And you got to ask yourself that. Are you happy? Is this what you want? Are you doing what you think is right? And so I think sometimes we get caught up in tradition. This is where our parents did it. This is where our grandparents did it. This is what's expected of me. What do you want? What do you want? Not what everybody else wants for you. What do you want? And so it's free when you realize that you could choose something different. You don't have to keep doing the same thing. So for yourself today, evaluate your life and see, are you doing what everybody else is doing? Or are you doing what's best for you? And I'm not talking about being selfish or anything like that. I'm saying, we can spend our whole lives doing what's expected. You know, I was listening to Tabitha Brown. She was talking about, for a long time, she thought her favorite color was purple because her mother always told her that, you know. And so she realized, as she got, you know, grown and started to explore, and she realized that green was her favorite color. And so we can make a different choice all day long. We don't have to do the same things that our parents did. We don't have to do the same thing that our grandparents. We don't have to do what everybody else is doing right now. We can just do what's best for us. And it will free you. You don't have to do what anybody else. You can do whatever you want. So think about that today. What are you doing? What choices are you making? Are they your choices? Or are they choices that somebody else wants you to make?